you gonna be so gullible and take the bait? What kind of allurements are we attracted to that we would be so rash deciding to go for it without really weighing it out, calculating the risks that are involved? Gotta be very careful and cautious. Proceed with caution, because who wants to be lured into a trap? You know, there are certain individuals in this world that seem to be using the old bait and switch tactic and trying to use it to push their weight around and seeing how the others around the world will respond. And I'm not sure what the motivation is. It's maybe just as the feeler gauge, like octopus tentacles, trying to see how the nations would respond or react, just as a measuring tool to see where they're at defensively and offensively and strategically. But so we gotta be really careful, because who wants to engage in a potential conflict that once you begin, there's no backing out. They say diplomacy is the best method for peace and harmony amongst the nations and the tribes of the earth. Diplomacy doesn't necessarily mean bending over and taking it in from behind. It just means you're searching for some middle ground, some way where both parties involved, or multiple parties that are involved, are somewhat appeased and content with whatever they negotiate with, whatever deal they come up with. It's treat it like a business. You know, what do you got that I want, and what can I receive in return? To make it more balanced and fair. But it doesn't have to be, people don't have to be super puffed up on themselves and haughty and prideful. They can look at the big picture, say, hey, this is, we got to work things out here, because there should be global unity, which is pretty much the ultimate goal amongst all peoples of the earth. We don't need to be led into a very potentially an apocalyptic scenario because of only a few leaders that are making the decisions for the rest of the humanity on the earth. Most people want to survive. Most people want to live on. Most people want to go about their business in peace and happiness and prosperity. And, they don't want to be entangled in somebody else's problems. They want to just keep caring for their families and progressing within the sphere that they're in. And we're trying to avoid a nuclear holocaust, is what we're trying to do. And we were in this back in the 1960s. We were in the same, maybe a similar situation. So why did I bring these things up? Well, to be honest with you, I'm a little concerned about it. Just based on what I'm hearing on the news, which, I don't watch it thoroughly, but what little bit I've picked up has me somewhat concerned, because I know how powerful these nations are that are potentially on the throes of butting heads, and I just hope that we can some rationality and good, clear thinking heads will prevail, because hopefully it's just all riffraff and BS, hype, that there's no serious intentions of involving nuclear weapons, even if it's on a small scale, as they mentioned, in order to try to get the upper hand in the conflict. Because we've seen the devastation of nuclear weapons, and whatever they mean on a small scale, who knows what that is. But we're talking about innocent civilians. We're not talking about the leaders who are making the decisions. We're talking about just innocent civilians, innocent people who aren't even involved in the political process. And if they are, it's just a little small little percentage of involvement. It takes a whole lot of massive togetherness in order to push government towards certain ways of doing things. But each individual has only a little small portion of influence, the average citizen. So when we see these citizens getting blown up and being set on fire, being injured, and it's terrible what I've seen on TV. It's outrageous. And for what? Just because the leaders have issues with each other. One wants total sovereign control over the other nation, and the other nation doesn't want to give it up, their independence. It's inhumane. It's barbaric. I mean, what kind of individual or individuals devaluate human life as if it's just insignificant and unimportant? Human life is very valuable, especially in God's sight. That's why abortions, people should be concerned about burning their babies with saline solution. It's inhumane. We care more about animals, spotted owl, whales, other protected species. We care more about them than little babies that come from their mother's womb. And some of them don't even have a chance to pop out of their mother's womb. They get the needle injected into their stomachs, and then they're sucked out through a vacuum into a grinder at one of these clinics. And it's just a complete unconcerning with the value of human life. And they do it under the guise of this freedom of choice. That's a bunch of bunk. Because in other areas of the laws, there's no choice. You don't have a choice to do certain things, and if you do make that choice, you're incarcerated. So that's a really faulty argument. We are a nation that's been around for about a couple hundred years, and our premise is to protect and promote life. to advance the cause of freedom, and to advance the cause of celebrating life and protecting it. That's our motto. That's what our flag stands for. We value human life around the world.